Right now, somewhere in your life, there is a version of you that needs to die, not your body, not your breath. I'm talking about the version of you that keeps waking up and choosing comfort. The version that keeps hitting snooze on their own potential. The version that talks about change but never becomes it. That version of you has to go. And I don't say that to hurt you. I say it because I love what you could become more than I respect what you currently are. And somewhere inside you, underneath the excuses, underneath the fear, underneath the fatigue, you already know this. You've known it for a while. You've felt it in the quiet moments. Late at night, when the house is silent and there's nobody around to perform for, that's when it hits you. That whisper, that ache, that feeling that says, this isn't it. This isn't who I'm supposed to be. You felt that, haven't you? That feeling doesn't go away by ignoring it. It doesn't go away by scrolling for 3 more hours. It doesn't go away by telling yourself tomorrow. That feeling is not your enemy. That feeling is a messenger. It is the last surviving part of you that still believes in who you were built to be. And today, we are going to listen to it. Today, we are not doing another pep talk that makes you feel good for 20 minutes and then fades by lunchtime. No, today we are doing surgery. We are cutting something out. We are ending a version of you that has run its course. And we are rebuilding, alone in silence, without applause, without an audience. The person you were always meant to become. Let's start with the truth nobody wants to say out loud. You cannot build the new you while you're still protecting the old you. Ride that again in your mind. You cannot build the new you while you're still protecting the old you. Most people fail at change because they try to add new habits on top of an identity that was never designed to hold them. It's like pouring clean water into a cup that's already full of dirt. It doesn't matter how good the water is. The cup is already contaminated. You don't need more motivation poured into the same broken container. You need a new container. You need a new you, and that starts with an ending. Every powerful beginning in human history was built on top of an ending. A seed doesn't become a tree without the shell cracking open and dying first. A caterpillar doesn't become a butterfly by improving its caterpillar habits. It doesn't wake up one day and decide to crawl a little faster, eat a little cleaner, network with better caterpillars. No, it has to dissolve completely into something that doesn't even resemble what it used to be. It goes into that cocoon not knowing if it will come out. That's the part nobody tells you about transformation. It feels like dying before it feels like becoming. So if you feel like you're dying right now, good, you're on the right track. I need you to understand something about pain. Pain is not always a sign that something is wrong. Sometimes pain is a sign that something is finally being rebuilt. The soreness after a workout doesn't mean your body failed. It means your body is repairing itself stronger than it was before. The same is true for your mind, your identity, your entire way of living. If change didn't hurt, everybody would already be who they want to be. The hurt is the price. And most people won't pay it. That's exactly why most people stay the same their entire lives. Not because they can't change. Because they refuse to feel the discomfort required to change. But you're not most people. Not anymore. Not after today. Let's talk about the old you for a second. I want you to actually picture them. Not as an abstract idea. Picture an actual image. See them clearly. See the way they move through the day. See the way they talk to themselves when nobody's listening. See the excuses they've mastered. I'll start Monday. I'm just tired right now. It's not the right time. I work better under pressure. You know these lines. You've used them. I've used them. Every human being who has ever wanted more from their life has used these lines as a shield to protect the comfort of staying the same. Now I want you to ask yourself something honest. How long has that person, the old you, been running the show? A year? 5 years? 10? Longer? And in that time, what has changed? Be honest, not cruel. Honest if the answer is not much. I need you to feel that. Don't run from it. Don't numb it. Feel it completely. Because that discomfort you're feeling right now in this exact moment is more valuable than 1,000 motivational quotes taped to your bathroom mirror. That discomfort is fuel. That discomfort, if you let it, can become the exact thing that ends the old you today. Here's what almost nobody tells you about transformation. It does not happen in a group. It does not happen at a seminar with 1,000 people clapping. It does not happen because your friends are cheering you on. Real transformation, the kind that rewires who you are at the root, happens alone, in the dark. In the moments where no one is watching and no one would know if you quit. The gym at 5 in the morning when the world is still asleep. That's alone. The moment you say no to the drink, the video game, the distraction, when nobody would ever find out if you said yes, that's alone. The decision to keep going after a failure that nobody witnessed but you, that's alone. This is why most people never change. Because change requires you to become someone new without the comfort of an audience. It requires you to build discipline in rooms where no one applauds. It requires you to become strong in silence so that when you finally step into the light, your strength isn't performance. It's real, it's earned, it's yours. So let's get something straight right now. This rebuild, this is not a group project. This is not something your friends can do for you. This is not something your family can hand you. This is a solitary war, you against the old you, and you have to fight that war alone. Because the old you doesn't listen to anyone else. The old you only listens to a version of you that refuses to negotiate anymore. I want you to think about every time you've tried to change before. Every January 1st, every new me post, every time you bought the gym membership, the journal, the book, the course. What happened? For most people, the excitement lasts 2, maybe 3 weeks. And then life happens. Stress happens. A bad day happens. And the old you comes right back because the old you was never actually destroyed. It was just quiet for a while. It was hiding, waiting for you to get tired, waiting for your willpower to run out so it could slide back into the driver's seat like it never left. That is why willpower alone will never save you. Willpower is a muscle, and muscles get tired. You cannot rely on motivation to carry you through a lifetime of change. Motivation is a spark, it gets you started. But it is not what keeps the fire burning at 2 in the morning when you're exhausted and nobody's watching. What keeps that fire burning is identity. Not I'm trying to work out, but I am someone who trains no matter what. Not I'm trying to be disciplined, but I am a disciplined person. And disciplined people don't negotiate with excuses. You have to stop trying to do new things as the old version of yourself. You have to become someone new, and then let the actions follow naturally from that identity. This is where the death has to happen. I want you to make a decision right now, in this moment, listening to my voice. Not tomorrow, not when you feel ready. Right now. I want you to decide that the version of you that has been making excuses, that version is done, finished, buried, not on a break, not taking it easy for now, dead. Say it in your mind if you have to. The old me is done. I know that sounds dramatic. Good. It should feel dramatic. Because this is dramatic. This is your life. This is the only one you get. You don't get a rehearsal. You don't get to hit restart when you're 60 and wonder where the years went. This is it. This moment, right here, is either the moment you keep circling the same drain, or it's the moment everything shifts. Let me tell you about exhaustion for a second, because I know some of you listening are exhausted. Not tired, exhausted. The kind of tired that sleep doesn't fix. You've been carrying so much. Responsibilities, expectations, disappointments. Maybe you've failed at something that mattered deeply to you. Maybe you've watched other people pass you by while you stayed stuck in the same place. Maybe you look in the mirror and don't recognize the fire that used to be there. I need you to hear this clearly. Exhaustion is not proof that you're weak. Exhaustion is proof that you've been fighting a battle without a strategy. You've been trying to out-hustle a broken identity instead of replacing it. You've been trying to sprint in a body that was never given rest, never given direction, never given a clear reason to keep going. That's not weakness. That's a warning sign. And warning signs exist so we can change course before it's too late. It is not too late. I don't care how many times you've quit before. I don't care how many failed attempts are sitting behind you like graves. None of that defines what happens next. Your history is not your identity unless you keep repeating it. The moment you stop repeating the old patterns is the moment the old identity starts to lose its grip. Let's talk about comparison for a moment. Because comparison is one of the quiet killers of transformation. You scroll through a screen and see someone your age who seems to have it all figured out. The body, the business, the family, the peace. And something inside you shrinks. You feel behind. You feel like the window is closed. You feel like maybe it's just not going to happen for you. Here's the truth about that feeling. Comparison is a liar with excellent timing. It always shows up right when you're vulnerable, right when you're trying to grow, and it whispers that you're too late, too behind, too far gone. But you are not behind. You are exactly where your story requires you to be right now. And the only real failure is staying frozen because you're scared of how far you have to go. Distance doesn't scare strong people. Distance excites them. Because distance means there's room to become someone new. Now let's talk about fear. Because fear is the final gatekeeper standing between the old you and the new you. Fear of failing again. Fear of being seen trying and falling short. Fear of disappointing people who are watching. Fear of disappointing yourself one more time. I need you to understand something about fear. Fear doesn't disappear when you become strong. Strong people still feel fear. The difference is strong people have simply decided that the pain of staying the same is worse than the fear of moving forward. That's it. That's the entire secret. It's not about eliminating fear. It's about deciding that your future matters more than your fear does. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to stop waiting to feel ready. Nobody feels ready. Readiness is a myth sold to people who are looking for permission to stay comfortable. You don't get ready and then act. You act, and the readiness catches up to you along the way. Every person you've ever admired for their strength, their discipline, their transformation, they didn't feel ready either. They just refused to let the fear make the final decision. Let's build this rebuild together, right now. Not in theory. In real terms, first, you have to name what's dying. Be specific. Is it the version of you that avoids hard conversations? The version that eats to numb pain instead of feeding a body meant for greatness? The version that talks about dreams at midnight, but never wakes up early enough to chase them? Name it, specifically. Vaguely wanting to be better changes nothing. Precision changes everything. Second, you have to accept that this death is going to feel lonely. People around you got used to the old version of you. Some of them, even the ones who love you, are comfortable with who you've been. When you start to change, don't be shocked if some people don't clap for you. Don't be shocked if some relationships shift or fall away entirely. That's not a sign you're doing something wrong. That is often a sign you're doing something right. Growth exposes who was only comfortable with your stagnation. Third, you have to build new proof, brick by brick, day by day. Identity isn't built through declarations. It's built through evidence. Every time you do the hard thing when nobody's watching, you're not just completing a task, you're gathering proof. Proof that you are someone new. Do it again the next day, and you gather more proof. Over weeks, over months. The evidence stacks up until one day you look back and realize the old identity doesn't even fit anymore. It's like an old coat that used to feel like home and now just feels small. This is not fast. I won't lie to you and tell you it is. Anyone who tells you transformation happens overnight is trying to sell you something. Real change is slow, quiet, and often invisible to everyone except you. But slow does not mean weak. Slow, consistent, unseen effort is the most powerful force on earth. It is how oceans carve canyons, not through one violent event, but through relentless, patient pressure applied over time. You are the water. Your old identity is the stone. Every single day that you choose the harder right thing over the easier wrong thing, you are wearing that stone down. It might not look like anything is happening in week 1, or week 4, or even month 3, but the canyon is forming. Trust the process even when you cannot see the result yet. I want to talk to you now about the moment everything shifts. Because there is a moment, I promise you, there is a moment where this stops being a struggle and starts being who you are. It's the moment waking up early stops feeling like punishment and starts feeling like power. It's the moment saying no to what's easy stops feeling like sacrifice and starts feeling like self-respect. It's the moment you catch yourself doing the disciplined thing automatically, without the internal argument you used to have every single time. That moment is coming, but it only comes after the death. It only comes after you stop trying to convince the old you to behave differently, and instead simply stop being that person altogether. Let me speak to the part of you that's scared to hope again. Maybe you've been disappointed by your own promises to yourself too many times. Maybe hope feels dangerous now, because hope that gets crushed hurts worse than never hoping at all. I understand that, but I need you to separate hope from your history. Your past attempts failed for a reason, and now you know that reason. They failed because you tried to change your actions without changing your identity. They failed because you tried to do this surrounded by an audience instead of doing the real work alone. They failed because you were waiting for motivation instead of building discipline. This time is different because now you know the truth. And truth, once seen, cannot be unseen. I want you to picture the person you're building, not vaguely, vividly. Picture how they carry themselves. Picture their morning. Picture the way they speak to themselves in hard moments. Picture the way they handle failure, not by collapsing, but by adjusting and continuing. Picture the calm in their eyes, earned through hundreds of quiet battles nobody ever saw. That person is not a fantasy. That person is available to you. But they are on the other side of a death you have to walk through, not around. There is no shortcut around this. I wish I could give you one. I wish I could tell you there's a trick, a hack, a supplement, a course that skips the hard part. There isn't. The hard part is the point. The hard part is what makes the new identity real instead of decorative. So today, right now, while you're listening to this, I want you to make a decision. Not a wish, not a hope, a decision. Decide that the old you, the one who quits when it gets hard, the one who needs applause to keep going, the one who waits for perfect conditions that will never come. Decide that version is finished today and understand what that means. It means tomorrow morning, when the alarm goes off and every fiber of your body wants to stay in that bed, you get up anyway. Not because you feel like it, because that's who you've decided to become. It means the next time you're tempted by the easy path, You remember that ease is exactly what built the person you're trying to leave behind. It means when things get lonely, and they will, you keep walking. Because you understand now that the loneliness is not a sign you took a wrong turn. It's a sign you're finally on the right road, the one most people are too afraid to walk. You don't need 100 people believing in you right now. You need one. You. That's enough. That has always been enough. Every person who has ever transformed their life had a moment exactly like this one. Alone, unseen, uncelebrated, where they simply decided enough was enough, and then backed that decision up with action, day after day, until the decision became a person. You are allowed to become that person. You are allowed to let go of every version of yourself that no longer serves who you're becoming. You are allowed to disappoint people who only love the smaller version of you. You are allowed to build this in silence and let the results speak when they're ready. The old you had their time. They did their best with what they knew, but their season is over, and you don't owe them anything else. Not one more day of loyalty to a version of yourself that was slowly costing you your life. So here's your task. Not tomorrow, not next week, today, sometime in the next 24 hours, do one thing that the old you would never do. One thing. It doesn't have to be massive. It has to be real. Wake up earlier than usual. Say no to something that would have pulled you backward. Finally start the thing you've been avoiding for months. Have the conversation you've been dreading. Whatever it is, do it alone, without telling anyone, without needing credit. Let it be the first piece of evidence in the case for who you're becoming. Then do it again tomorrow, and the day after that. Not because you feel inspired every single day, you won't. Do it because you've decided. Because decisions, unlike feelings, don't have to wait for the right mood to show up. This is how the rebuild happens. Not in one dramatic moment, but in 1,000 quiet ones that nobody applauds. Brick by brick, choice by choice, day by day, until one morning you wake up and realize you're not fighting to become that person anymore. You already are them. The old you is gone. Let them go. Bury them with gratitude for getting you this far, and then walk forward without looking back. You were never meant to stay who you've been. You were meant to become who you're capable of being. And that becoming starts the second you stop waiting for permission and start building, alone, in silence, one decision at a time. The old you is finished. The new you starts now. Get up and go build them.